Alright, YouTube. So I always have my gadgets before reading and while I'm reading. Actually, Put I Suck. Sorry, the camera is sucking. Put I Suck was a bad Christmas, but a good Christmas with Jesus and God and myself. So I can't complain. I'm very blessed. Anyways, I'm not going to put my hand in there because I'm currently recovering my hands from soap at work. But anyways, I just started reading the Bible. I'm on Chronicle 1, I think that's how you say it. And that's what that's my little bookmark. I'm going to get a fancy one from the mall, and I haven't been to the mall for a very long time. But anyways, put that back. So I'm recording this video to mention about, well, not that, but this Bible actually isn't mine. It was for my sister, but yeah, anyways, it's mine now. But anyways, so I had speech, okay, and I was a teacher assistant going on 4 years, would have been this year, but I'm currently taking a break from it due to bullying. And I'll get back into it after my audition if I don't make it. I'm actually going to go back into retail because this job is like $16 an hour, and that's actually more than childcare. But once that amount go back to the normal pay, which is only like $13 or $12. No, it's not even 13. It's like $12 an hour. But anyways, I actually had to take kindergarten again due to bullying. Well, due to not knowing the whole alphabet. Okay. And I didn't pass kindergarten because I was getting bullied so bad and severely that I could never focus. Okay. And I couldn't think good. So I wrote down this little list because I never learned about it. I had to learn about it on my own as an adult, and so I forget a lot, so I have to remind myself. And they say break down word, 2 letters each, only to pronounce, kind of like the dictionary, And I always tell children different ways of reading, because if you can think and recall when you learned how to read, it was very hard, or learn how to walk, or learn how to ride a bike, or learn how to drive, or whatever. It wasn't an easy peasy thing because it was something you was new at it. But anyways, and one day I always let children know that adults make mistakes too, and I'll give a good example. And I feel like sometimes siblings or cousins or some teachers, not all teachers, but some teachers expect children to be perfect or to not make mistakes. And children think that just because we're big and adults that we don't make mistakes, or we don't struggle or never struggled with speech, or it don't go in our life as an adult, which a lot of things go into our adult lives. And it's always about practice and trying, and not just like being like, oh, I didn't learn that when I was a kid, or making excuses for not like being on it as an adult, or teaching yourself and reminding yourself or whatever. But anyways, I had a group of first graders, and I usually work with kindergartners, but I was with second graders. Second graders. And I had a group of children. I always take groups of children from different classes as an assistant. I'm always in a classroom, and I also take groups out and do like reading, math, science, telling time, numerous different things. And so there was a word, and to this day I always say carrot instead of chariot. And they was like, no, CH make ch sound. And I was like, and it was embarrassing because, and I told them, see, adults make mistakes too. Because the next day I had to let them know that I was wrong. And I always be honest, not just with adults, but children as well, to let them know that we make mistakes and we're not perfect and we don't know everything too. And we may have learned something. We didn't learn something when we was young, okay? That goes into our adult life that we have to learn and learn from that mistake, so we don't teach somebody else wrong because we learned not well, I didn't learn it wrong. I didn't learn it at all, Because I was like, CH make different sounds, G make different sounds, C sometimes, depending on the letters in the word. Um, so it was embarrassing because it was an ISS teacher downstairs, and I was like, no, you can ask her, or whatever. And she didn't respond because she was in the next room, and like I didn't go directly to her. None of the kids went directly to her, but I was like, no, you can go ask her. It was like literally like right across from us was a table. I was with them, and it was a little room, which was the ISS room, and I worked at a complex school, meaning the children, if they get something wrong or they can't figure something out, they'll run out the classroom and like hit the lockers or cry, storm off, and etc. etc. So that's a complex school where you can get hit, you can get, some children mess up the whole room throwing stuff. Some children have a lot of different behavioral problems, and they came from, I understood these children, where they came from, the hood, and abusive parents or neglecting parents, etc., etc. So I love the location of my job. Like, I liked working with the children and the type of children, but I didn't like the school due to um, the bullying by another assistant, and some of the teachers were rude, and they had new teachers constantly every year. They always new teachers, like tons of them, and new assistants. But anyways, so yeah, and like I still can't believe, like I still be like, oh my gosh, I literally thought chariot was carrot. Like yeah. So it's very important to, again, let children know. I don't know why I'm out of breath for. I guess I was doing something before this, but anyways, it's always important to let children know that we adults make mistakes, or we don't know everything, because I feel like they have to know everything, and see, even as an adult, I don't know everything. And another thing they struggle with is math. I struggle with math. I actually had quantitative reasoning in college, and I graduated twice in college. But the first time, I would have never graduated if I didn't have a college friend, which I had a lot of college friends. Not a lot, but I had a good amount. A lot of them was guys and a few females. But anyways, if she didn't help me, I would have failed. Like, and just because you're not good at something don't mean give up or don't try. So I always try to teach children that. And I know I left a lot behind, and unfortunately I couldn't say goodbye to them. After getting bullied so much, it got to the point where I just couldn't take it no more. I literally like popped off and told the principal, enough is enough. I'm sick of this stuff. And yeah. Anyways, sometimes God take you out of situations where you try to stick it out, and it's been a year. It was almost 2 years, but not really. It was a year and I would say this happened like, school started in August. I can't even recall how long. I would say a year and a few months. I didn't make it that long in the new year of the school year, the next school year, basically. So again, sorry this video is long. It's just really, really important that if you have children, or you work with children, or you have nieces and nephews, or run into a child reading and struggling, or a child that you work with, or however, you always let them know that it's okay to make mistakes, and it's okay not to know something, and it's okay if you didn't learn something. Because I feel like when you didn't learn something, you get called dumb or stupid, and of course you feel terrible, and you feel like, even as an adult, I feel embarrassed, like, but you have to remind yourself that you're not perfect, and it's something that you didn't learn, that you make sure you not only relearn, but always go over it, so you'll not make the mistake, I guess. But yeah, I think that's very, very important. God bless.